Cynthia and her Garchomp are a powerful duo, and in the card game that continues to ring true. Cynthia's Garchomp EX was shown off a while ago, along with some of Cynthia's other Pokemon, such as Roserade and Spiritomb. Cynthia's Garchomp is insane because it is already at 330 HP, but with the new tool card, Cynthia's Power Weight, it can add 70 HP to make this dragon a 400 HP Pokemon. That's an absurdly high number, and Garchomp hits hard. In Japan, it's already a solid deck choice to bring out to your Champions League and hope to win with it, so let's take a look at this deck before we get the cards in May of 2025. Gible is an adorable tiny Pokemon at 70 HP, which makes it searchable with Buddy Buddy Poffin. You'll grab them and hope to evolve them into Gabite, who has an interesting ability. This ability allows you to, once during your turn, search your deck for one Cynthia's Pokemon, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then you shuffle. It's not a terrible middle stage to have at all. That is awesome. When you don't have to rely on rare candy in this Badoo world to evolve into powerful Pokemon, that's great. Take a look at this deck list and main article feature of it from one of the 4 Heavenly Kings, showing a build that focuses on giving our Gibbles and Roselia out with Precious Carrier, basically ASAP, and having a strong line of Arven to be able to find things like TM Evolution to evolve quickly, and then use Gabite's ability to look for Garchomp and Roserade. Search around for what you need and stuff. But basically, yeah, we're playing cards, hoping to get our Buddy Buddy Poffins in the beginning, hoping to maybe get like an Arven or Supporter or something too to help find things, and just be able to put down Carrier or our little guys quickly. Cynthia's Roserade aids in damage output. Glorious Cheer lets your Cynthia's Pokemon's attacks do an extra 30 more damage. Cynthia's Spiritomb is also mentioned, moving a damaged Garchomp EX to the bench, and Cynthia's Spiritomb can then attack with its move that does 10 damage for each damage counter on your benched Cynthia's Pokemon. You could also send up another Garchomp EX. Basically, if we're at 400 HP, it's going to be really hard to knock out, one-hit KO. That's not happening. You're probably going to have a damaged Garchomp. And so that is the idea behind Spiritomb. Spiritomb can be kind of sneaky. This thing has free retreat too. And the fact that this thing has free retreat is also absurd. I thought Archaludon was a pain to deal with, and Dragapult was a pain with their high HP, but this thing is so big that the strategy feels like it's just cycling through big guys. Professor Turo's scenario only aids in this as well. Let's look at Garchomp's attacks. For 1 energy, its Corkscrew Dive does 100 damage, but also draws you cards until you have 6 in hand. For 2 energies, it's doing Dragon Blaster for 260, but paired with Roserades, we can do more. But it has the downside of discarding all the energy, so using Corkscrew Drive early on in the game while you can is very good, and be mindful and considerate about the timing to hit the bigger blast when you can easily swap to another Garchomp, for example, or have one ready with the energy situation and all that. The Experience Share card can also help with energy distribution like this to keep things running smoothly. That's a pretty basic deck list that gives you an idea around how Cynthia's Pokemon are working with each other, but there's more deck lists and options, of course, if you want to be more competitive. One I keep seeing is pairing Garchomp EX with Frostlass with the Freezing Shroud ability. Do you remember this? Back in Twilight Masquerade, the ability that puts 1 damage counter on each Pokemon that has an ability, which is both yours and your opponent's, but it's not going to hit other Frostlass. Garchomp has no ability, and if that thing is sitting on 400 HP, I can see how this is beneficial. It's also playing a heavy count of Monkey Dory, and so many people are using Monkey Dory right now to be able to move damage counters, fix math, get things ready. Like, we're living in a Math and Monkey Dory world. That monkey is absolutely everywhere. And this is a deck list utilizing it again in a great way. I think using Frostlass is a great way for Monkey Dory to just move things around. Honestly, yeah, I forgot about Frostlass, but I shouldn't have. It's still kicking around with Garchomp, it looks like, and that's pretty good. Another deck list, though, was one using the Toedscruel with the Slime Colony ability, which says, cards in your opponent's discard pile can't be put into their hand by an effect of your opponent's abilities or trainer cards. So this is super annoying. I remember back when Shein Pow was relevant and using it against it was, yeah, this would kill him. And it would kill Goldango and stuff too with the superior energy retrievals, like not grabbing things, stuff like that. So I can see how this becomes a pain. I also surprisingly saw some of Ethan's Sudowoodo in some decks. It has, for 1 fighting energy, impound. It does 20, but during your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon can't retreat. I can imagine, again, being able to utilize this to trap your opponent's Pokemon and, you know, use Monkey Dory or stuff like that to also move damage around and make sure things go like that smoothly. I don't know. I'll have to start playing. I'll have to try it out myself because I definitely think that is an interesting choice. All around though, Cynthia's Pokemon are a serious threat out here. That's the general breakdown. Flip it over, there's Gabite, I get to draw, get to also put a Gabite onto the bench and attach a fighting energy, not really anything else to do with the hand, so passed it off. And over here, it's going to be a Cyndaquil Typhlosion sort of thing mixed with Dragapult. If you want to learn more about Ethan's Typhlosion, I have a video, but this one was, maybe not the best showing of it, but trying my best. And the reason I say that is with this nest ball, I had a bunch of nest balls in hand. I was looking for, you know, Dreepy and Cyndaquil. We have plenty of Cyndaquil. We have 1 Dreepy. I was also looking for the Badoo as well to be able to get a nice slow start almost. Try and slow down that Cynthia a little bit, but yeah, it's tough. So was able to get Badoo and Dreepy. Want to get another Cyndaquil. I do have another nest ball, but I also have Ethan's Adventure. So we want that in the discard pile. And with it, I can search out 3 in any combo of Ethan's Pokemon and Fire Energy. So I'm going to want to have at least 1 Fire Energy to utilize for the retreat into Badoo. Think I want to do that. And then just grabbing 2 Quilava for next turn, hopefully. So in hand, using that last nest ball to be able to find a Cyndaquil, so that next turn we can probably have the 2 Quilavas and be able to evolve upwards. It was unfortunate not seeing any more Dreepies in here. I would definitely want more, but surprisingly, they all kind of weren't around. So I was able to attach to retreat and then go into Badoo and then go with its Itchy Paw attack doing 10 damage for free and item locking the opponent. So Cynthia's side is not going to be having items this turn, but that's okay. Even if I can't use my items, I can still evolve into Gabite and utilize its ability. So once again, its ability is going to allow us to search out Cynthia's Pokemon. Now, it's ideal to find more players for this, like Roselia. I eyed up quickly. I was also looking for a Garchomp EX to also grab with the other Gabite's ability, because I was going to want to do that. But yeah, getting to Cynthia's Pokemon is great. With that one, I got the Roselia, and then went ahead and used the ability again onto this Gabite to find the Garchomp EX for next turn, let's say. And trying to get all set up and ready. It's really good. So with that, was able to also just attach energy for the turn onto Gabite and end it off with attacking. And of course, I think it only does like 40, but that's enough to knock out 30 HP Badoo. Got a prize off that and was able to pass off. Good stuff. Now on the other side, it's gonna be Cyndaquil time. It's gonna be hopefully trying to find some stuff. We do have the Quilavas though, so like I said, we can evolve into Quilava, and when you do, it has an ability that lets you actually go find an Ethan's Adventure card. So I was able to go into the deck and find that card, looking around for another one too, because we're gonna go ahead and evolve the other Cyndaquil into Quilava and then use that ability to find the other one. So that's 2 in hand, 1 in discard, and just trying to get through these Ethan cards and stuff, and trying to get its help in going forward, trying to find probably some Typhlosion, but also energy. I definitely need the energy around, and that was kind of the plan. Like I said, it's kind of a funky deck. Maybe I'll have to try it with Goldango, the Typhlosion and Goldango, I mean. But yeah, it was interesting. This showing might not have been the greatest, but I decided to get the Quilava out of the deck, the Cyndaquil, the Fire Energy, shuffle that up and be done, and you know, that's 2 Ethan Adventure cards in the discard, but oh boy, it's not great. I do bench the Cyndaquil, so that was something. But go ahead and Ultra Ball away some Pokemon, and I'm looking for Dracloak and to be able to use that ability and to hopefully try and get up towards Dragapult. The Dracloak, its ability is good, so once I shuffle this up, you can go ahead and use Recon Directive to look at the top 2 cards, put one into your hand and one at the bottom, and I have the XP share and the Ultra Ball. I decided to keep the XP share. Like I said, we talked about it kind of in the Cynthia deck being utilized, but I think it could be here as well. I decided to put it onto the Pokemon, and then attach Fire Energy to Quilava, anticipating that Quilava was probably going to get KO'd, and I just want to move the energy to be able to have that next turn as well, and utilizing TM Evolution on the benched Pokemon. So going ahead and grabbing Dragapult and Typhlosion, might as well. Quilava might go, but I gotta set up for next turn, try and do that. So with that, 2 cards in hand left, and then passing it off. And over here, it's still looking good. Like I said, we have Garchomp available. We have Roserade available as well. So going into Roserade, that's going to be a 30+ buff. But here's our Garchomp EX. Crazy how he only needs like 2 energy as well. And we have our Roserade. I can go ahead and attach another fighting energy onto the Gabite. I kind of forget to use the Gabite's ability to find more Cynthia Pokemon, I think, on this turn, but now that we can use items, I used the Pokegear, and from that was able to find Arven. And yeah, iron Arven up to be able to get the tool cards that are needed, such as the Big Power Weight, which is a key tool. We mentioned the XP share or, the TM Evolution, but for this, I was very eager to get the Power Weight to make our Garchomp huge, along with an item card. I was kind of looking through options and wanted to maybe go with a Buddy Poffin just to get another Roselia down and Gabite, just to have more firepower and stuff as well. So grabbed the Cynthia's Power Weight, grabbed the Poffin to be able to utilize that and go ahead. So yeah, it's so far so good. I mean, it's a nice little build and showing the synergy. So we bring up to 400 HP. Of course, it's only at like 390 though because of the 10 from Badoo. But I utilized the Buddy Poffin to then get the Roselia and the Gabite, like I mentioned, just to have them. And yeah, shuffle that up. It's a good spot. I really like it. I was having fun. More fun on that side. And I was able to just kind of fire off its attack, its first attack doing 100, but, added with Roserade, and it's enough to KO the Quilava, and then draw cards. I was able to draw 4 cards, and then another off the prize. But yeah, that's really great. I really like that you can draw cards with that too. So on the other side, like I said, anticipating the energy and moving it to Dragapult, putting him in the active spot. It wasn't a problem getting the extra energy because, we have the Earthen Vessel that can be utilized to get the psychic energy and some fire and stuff. But the problem is facing down a huge 390 HP Garchomp EX, especially when Dragapult is still only doing 200 damage and then dropping damage counters. I go ahead and grab a fire energy and a psychic energy, going ahead and attaching the psychic to Dragapult, and then what else? Fire off 200 damage, so Garchomp is at 210, and I was not sure exactly the best spot to put these damage counters, initially thinking about the Roselia, to just kind of take away that extra firepower stuff, but then moving it to Gabite, listen, I'm not an expert on the damage counter dropping, but that's one way to do it. On the other side, though, it's not that scary. We have free retreat, we can swap things around, we have Gabite, I actually remember this time to use its ability to go find Cynthia's Pokemon. This time we find the Garchomp, then use the other Gabite to find Roserade, and so yeah, like I said, sitting pretty. This is a really smooth sailing example here, I would say. So evolving into Roserade, getting another buff, and then going into Garchomp as well. And like I said, this Garchomp in the active spot is damaged, and it's probably good to just move that thing out of there and get our other Garchomp ready. Certainly finding the energy, like I said, only 2 energy is needed. That's really nice. and it helps to just be able to cycle through. So going ahead and doing the free retreat to move into this Garchomp EX so that we can attack and stuff and just kind of recycle the guys. It's crazy. I like it. I like it. This guy is huge and he can hit hard with the roses on his side too. We did not see Spiritomb in this game because it was in the prizes, like up until like the end. But it was fine. I mean, with the buff, I was able to do the KO, I believe. So we're doing the 260 plus 30 plus 30, which would be like 320. So yeah, he's gone. Take 2 prize cards. Looking fantastic. On the other side, it's obviously not looking fantastic. It's a 2-card hand. Promote Typhlosion. Draw 1 card for the turn. Is it anything great? No. Unfortunately, I attach energy and I can attack with its Buddy Blast, doing 40 and then 60 for each Ethan's Adventure card in your discard, and there are 3 of them, so we are able to do with that some damage, but it's not stellar. I believe it's 220. But yeah, no, the Garchomp is huge, and even without the power weight attached to it, it's still big with 330 HP. That is something, you know? And so even with the 60 damage counters down, it's not too much. We're at, 280 or so. So on the other side, it's kind of being wrapped up now. I'm sure you can imagine. We're able to just kind of, once again, free retreat out of there. I like that it has free retreat. That's crazy. Go ahead and use Gabite. Trying to remember doing that just to grab another Garchomp, and then ideally helping towards set up that thing as well, like attaching energy. But yeah, I was looking for some energy to get out of the deck. I actually made a blunder. I was wanting to use the Earthen Vessel to discard an Ultra Ball, but then kind of got sidetracked and was trying to utilize the Ultra Ball. Listen, it's fine. This isn't a real match. I'm playing against an invisible person. We're just showing you how things are going. Anyway, grab 2 energy from there, just kind of going through the motions. But yeah, having stuff, plenty of cards in hand, and it's looking good. Yeah, I would say so. So free retreat on out of there. Zoom in with the other Garchomp. Not very scared of anything. Going and using its big attack, discarding energy, of course, and KOing Typhlosion to take 1 prize card. That was the Spiritomb, and I mean, it's a lone Cyndaquil over here. It's a wrap, So hopefully this was an interesting game. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much. I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye!